Last but not least is the biconditional. The biconditional is only true if both sides are the same. So true to true produces a true biconditional statement. False to false produces a true biconditional statement. But if the two sides are different from one another, that is a false statement. And really what this is this is a two-way conditional. If we took all of the options and we looked at this direction and the other direction, they needed to both be the same. All right, which is why it only works when both sides are the same. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the first. You know what? It's going to be a bit of a longer video. We're going to put it all in one. So let's just go ahead and head into these three examples all together. So not Q needs to go first. We have our negation, and then we do conditional, not conditional, conjunction and disjunctions from left to right. All right, and then we do our biconditional, that last piece. So we have not Q, we have P and Q, we have P and not Q. And then we have P and Q, if and only if, P and not Q. Not Q, false, true, false, true. All right, opposites down the line from the Q column. P and Q, it's an and, it's a conjunction. So it's only true if they're both true, which means we're going to have true, false, false, false. P and not Q. We're now looking at these. Same, it's still a conjunction. So it's only true if they're both true. False, true, false, false. And now we are looking at a biconditional. Remind yourself, biconditionals are only true if the two sides share the same truth value. So true if and only if true, false if and only if false will produce true values. These are different, so this is false. Different, false. Same, true, same, true. So false, false, true, true for our biconditionals. Take a moment, breathe it in, try the next one on your own. In fact, try the next two on your own if you're feeling pretty good about it. Right on this guy, we have a negation, and then we have two disjunctions. Left to right, but really they're not affecting each other, so you can write them in slightly different orders. As long as one operation is not affecting the other, we need to do each of those individually before the biconditional. That's really the big deal here. So not P, P or Q, not P or Q. I just knocked out those three pieces. And then we'll have the biconditional at the very end. All right, not P is false, false, true, true. The opposite down that line. And then P or Q with an or with a disjunction. Only one of them has to be true. So true, 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 false. Not P or Q. That's these guys now. Only one has to be true. True, false, true, true. And now we are looking at these two columns, biconditional between these two pieces. Biconditionals are true only when the both sides are the same truth value. So this is true. This is false because they're not the same. True and false. Oops. Last example of the whole section. I know it's a long one, I'm sorry. All right, P implies Q if and only if not Q implies not P. So lots going on this one. Let's start with our negations, not Q and not P. Remember, conditionals come before biconditionals. So next we actually have to do the two conditional pieces, and then we do the biconditional last. So not P and not Q, or not Q and not P. False, true for our not Qs. For not P, we have false, false, true, true. And now we have our conditionals, our one-way arrows. P implies Q and not Q implies not P. We're doing these two pieces now. P implies Q. We're going to have true, false, false, true. They're only true when they're the same. True, false, false. Oop. Whew. I've done too many of these in a row. I'm so sorry. I just did biconditional rules, right? We're not doing biconditional. We're doing one-way conditional, right? One-way conditional, not biconditional. So it's the contract with the child. True implies true is good. True implies false is the one that's bad. This is where the kid did their homework, but they didn't get to play their video games. Okay, this is the false one. All other possibilities are true with the one-way conditional. All right, true, false, true, true on that one. Almost didn't catch myself. Whew. All right, not P implying, not Q implying not P now. False implies false is true. True implies false. Again, that's the one where it's bad. We don't want this situation because the kid did their homework, but they weren't allowed to play their video games. That's not very fair. All right, but the other situations, false to true and true to true, are okay. They're good. And now we finally have last part of the last example. P implies Q if and only if not Q implies not P. We are looking at these two columns, and here is where I had jumped to. We had done so many biconditionals. With the biconditionals, it's only true if the values are the same. Well, you'll notice same, 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 same. This is yet another situation where we have all truth values. No matter what P and Q are, this overall value is going to be a true statement.